now, Nigeria's Debt Management Office offered 60 billion naira across 3 tenures in its April bond auction today. Steve Osho, the Managing Director of Commercial Partners Capital, now joins me from Lagos to discuss the outcome of the auction and more. Steve, a pleasure to have you join us on Closing Bell West Africa. How did the market respond to today's PMA?
Thank you, Christy. We're still awaiting results for the auctions on bonds. Like you said, we have the 5-year bond reopened today, 20 billion on offer. We have the 15 years and the 30 years both reopened and 20 billion on offer across all the maturities. So in total, we're expecting about 60 billion to be sold today from the DMO. I think the demand is still out there from what we saw today. We still witnessed few PFAs, insurance and banking firms that are looking to actually pick some of those notes. But we'll see what the real results should be like in the next few minutes or in the next few hours.
While still awaiting, you say demand is still out there, and I have read pretty much optimistic projections for how the turnout and the performance of that PMA would be. Where do you think the pendulum might swing just ahead of final figures coming out?
Yeah, if you look at the liquidity in the system, I think the market is actually up about 700 billion. Don't forget that the central bank has actually not been offering OMO for some time, apart from the one that they just did recently, which they offered just about 100 billion that maturity. I think because of that, we've seen overhang of a lot of liquidity in the system, and we've seen a few PFAs who are actually heavy on cash and looking for where to put some of this cash. So if you look at it from where market is trading now on the 5-year, over in between 10 and 9%, and if you look at the 15 and 30 years, over in between the midpoint of 12%. So I think looking at the amount on offer and the secondary market activity, the possibilities that we're going to see them actually print slightly around this level, or maybe slightly higher than 12.5 on the long end.
Which area of the market are we seeing more play at the moment? Where are investors looking to put their money?
I think mostly we've seen players actually over around the short dated papers. The reason being the fact that with inflationary pressure just around the corner, a lot of players or investors are quite wary of what will happen going forward. And again, on the back of the currency adjustment that CBN has done, and coupled with the fact that markets is still very tight when it comes to, or very scarce when it comes to demand for FX. So the devaluation is actually hanging in the wings there. So you've seen a lot of investors actually playing on the short end of the curve. And you've seen a lot of actually demand going through the commercial paper notes. So you've seen issuance of commercial paper notes from big corporates. So we've seen a lot of investors actually go in that space, and we've seen quite investors actually playing on the short end of the windows. But again, like I said, because of the peculiarity of the flow coming through the PFAs, few of them actually been trying to pick around the long-dated instruments, that's the 30 years and the 15-year bonds.